Lionel Messi Powers Argentina past France in dramatic World Cup final. It took a decade and a half, but he did it. It took years of disappointment, a brief retirement from the Argentina national team, 5 World Cup appearances, a ton of frustration, the survival of two wild and furious France comebacks, and a nerve shredding penalty shootout Sunday. But history will only remember that on a December night in Qatar, the world's most power player finally won soccer's most important trophy and his country beat France in one of the most thrilling final in the World Cup history. On penalties after extra time finished at 3-3, Messi converted Argentina's first shoot and goalkeeper Emi Martinez was once again the hero, saving Kingsley Coman's kick before Aurelian missed and then finally Gonzalo Montiel sealed it for the South Americans 4-2. It meant all kinds of things that Argentina would lift the trophy for the third time and the first since Diego Maradona spearheaded a memorable 1986 triumph. That Messi would end up with 7 goals after become the first player to hit the target in every game of the knockout rounds. It meant that remarkable resurrection following an opening game defeat to Saudi Arabia 4 weeks ago. It meant, and this should not be overlooked, that Argentina's title came against probably the toughest opponent that fate could have dealt them, reigning champion France. More than anything, though, it meant that in his final World Cup match, Messi finally got his hands on the iconic trophy to put the final tough on a career resume that was already enough to put him among the all time greats and was missing just his one last thing. For a long, long time, it looked like it was going to be a much simpler coronation than this. Messi sent Argentina on its way with a successful penalty midway through the first half before a superb team goal was finished off by Angel Di Maria on 36 minutes. However, with 10 minutes of regulation left, France superstar Kylian Mbappe took a script that was not of his liking and decided to rewrite it, scoring twice in the space of 97 seconds to tie it up. In extra time, Argentina frequently looked spent only for Messi to aim for his own dream outcome. On 109 minutes, Lautaro Martinez's fierce strike was expertly saved by goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. But there was Messi on hand to knock the ball over the line. But Mbappe, seemingly intent on turning this into a personal duel, leveled it again, drawing a penalty for a handball and then converting it with 2 minutes remaining in the additional period, only for the unique intensity of the penalty spot to decide it. The separate two outstanding teams to clinch the title and to give Messi finally his ultimate destiny. What a night, what a final, and what a player Messi is and has been, with Mbappe equal majestic in defeat. By the end, all that happened during the normal 90 minutes might as well have belonged to a different time. It laid the foundation of all the exhilaration to follow, though a twisting, turning, extraordinary narrative of its own right. The return of Di Maria to the Argentina lineup proved key, and the veteran winger was instrumental in facilitating the opening goal. Di Maria flew past Julius Conde on the inside after 22, made the box and went to ground when Conde tried to recover. Messi, calm as ever, made full use of a delayed final step, and when he saw goalkeeper Lloris start to dive off his right, rolled it into the other corner. The second was thing of beauty, the kind that can only be scored by a team settled in its own belief. It came after 4 critical touches from its 4 most dangerous attacking threats. From within his own half, Messi got the first of them, a flick with the outside of his left foot, and Argentina was off and running. Another touch from a brilliant and hardworking Julian Alvarez sent Alex McAllister running into clear space beyond the France defensive line, and he had the presence of mind, having drawn Lorius off his line, to spot Di Maria charging in from the left and to set him up with another perfect passes. Soon after the hour mark, Di Maria was replaced, perhaps necessitated by his injury layoff or perhaps as a defensive precaution. However, now relieved of some defensive pressure, France started to create some moments of their own. At that point, Mbappe had been unable to exert much influence and, in fairness, had not received much of the ball, but grabbed it eagerly when Rindal Kolo Moni was fouled in the box by Nicolas Otamendi and struck it firm and low past Martinez. Then and there it looked like little more than the setup for a tense finish within seconds, but that notion was blown away. Messi lost the ball and Coman in midfield, and moments later it was in the
Marcus Thuram finding Mbappe in space to deliver a perfect strike past Martinez. Messi Hollywood ending was delayed despite his timely strike as Mbappe brought France roaring back one more time, but Argentina's nerves from the spot had already been on display against the Netherlands in the quarter-final, and so it was again. For the ultimate drama, for Argentinian glory, and for Messi. Messi exploits won him the golden ball as player of the tournament, and as he strode atop the stage he had to pass the World Cup trophy. It wasn't yet time to hoist it aloft. It soon would be, but he could not resist patting it gently and giving it a small kiss. That's how much it meant. That's how long he would wait.